Hello everyone, welcome to Manika IAS. Welcome to the daily news analysis session presented to you by Manika IAS. So before we begin, I would like to tell all of you guys that as you all know, prelims is approaching and today is 2nd March. On 26th of May we have our prelims. And during this time, what is the most difficult? This is the most difficult phase for your preparation because you don't understand कि revision करना है, practice करना है, the vastness of syllabus vis-a-vis the needs which are to be done, the steps that are to be taken, the right step that need to be taken at this point of time became a very difficult task, and this is the last leg which is the most crucial. So it is very important for you to manage your time, your revision, your new learnings, as well as your practice of question papers and their revision as well. So to simplify all this, we do have a mentorship program which is available on monthly basis, on quarterly basis, and it is also available for students who are preparing for 2025 and also who are preparing for mains as well for 2024. So it is available on monthly, quarterly and yearly basis. So you may visit the website with respect to this. The link will be given in the description below. This very special feature is of this mentoring is that you get personalized mentoring, one-to-one mentoring है जो कहीं और पे नहीं मिलती है. सिर्फ एक specific mentor है जो आपसे deal करेंगे. Weekly test will be there. उनका evaluation होगा. You will be given schedules which are specifically tailored as per your needs. It's not that many people will be catered together. Just one person, one mentor. That is the theme of the mentorship that we are providing. So you can get the enrollment done in the mentorship program, and you can also scan this QR code to visit the website, and the link will also be given in the description box below. So now let's proceed with the news analysis. Today I'll be covering all the articles which were important from the prelims perspective on March 1 and 2 because there was nothing major with respect to the analytical part with respect to the mains. So I'll be clubbing the articles with respect to the prelims portion. Okay. So let's see the topics that we'll be discussing today. So these are the topics. The status of Leopard India report. Here we'll be discussing specifically with respect to Odisha. The other day we discussed about the tigers, melanistic tigers. Today we'll be discussing about the leopards. Then we'll also be looking after sites and Wildlife Protection Act schedules. So this is extremely important from your prelims point of view. Okay, because if you see, you generally get questions around this. Then International Big Cat Alliance. This will be a new initiative. It's in pipeline by India. And that's where it gained its importance in the prelims. Okay, so you be see that. Another is sea slug. This is again, all these three topics are relevant for your environment paper, specifically in your prelims. A new species has been named after the president, and this is where we'll discuss about the physical features of the new species. Okay, which can be asked in your questions. Then another dance form which is Theyyam. So this is important for your art and culture, GS paper 1. But probability of this being asked in prelims is more, less is there in mains because there is no such analytical portion which is associated with this. Specifically dedicated to Theyyam, a question mains is less likely to be asked, but in prelims you may get an MCQ. Now let's see the first topic, which is status of Leopard India report. So this was released and that's why it's in news. What are the findings? Here we'll be discussing with respect to Odisha. Odisha has witnessed a sharp decline and has almost lost 1/4 population of leopards in the state between 2018 to 2022, from 760 to 568. So here what is important for you to remember is the trend, not the number as such. But if you can remember this also, this will be sufficient if you want to substantiate your answers as well. Otherwise, you can get these statements in your preliminary exam as well. So, And there was not even a one leopard which was recorded from these two places, which is your Nayagarh and Gumsur Forest Division in the state of Odisha. Okay, then we will see what are the biggest threat, why we see that there is a decline in the population of leopards. One is poaching for the need of bush meat. Second, targeted poaching for tigers and leopard skin and body part to be used in cosmetic products. Like then habitat loss due to mining and other human activities. Road accident, that means human wildlife conflict. They are also a cause of leopard fatalities. Now, these are the reason, and this is something that can be written if you get a question in your mains. Not with respect to leopard, but also with respect to all the big cats. The kind of reason are similar. Now, if you see leopard ka, these are the 3 points which have extreme importance when it comes to prelims. IUCN status is vulnerable. Remember this. Status as per Indian Wildlife Protection Act, it has been safeguarded in Schedule 1. What is Schedule 1? We'll see. Then under sites, it has been added into Appendix 1. So they provide highest level of protection which has been accorded to leopard. However, IUCN status is vulnerable. So remember this, these are the 3 extremely important points from prelims. And not with respect to leopard, if you cover any of the species or any of the major species which have been in news, you must know these 3 things. Status अगर आपको किसी का भी पता करना है तो ये 3 चीज़ें पता होनी चाहिए कि वाइल्ड लाइफ प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट के कौन से शेड्यूल के अंदर है, साइट्स के कौन से अपेंडिक्स के अंदर है और IUCN का स्टेटस क्या है. If you know these 3 things, because if you get a question, you will get one of the statement related to this. So that will help you in getting the right answers. Now let's see what are the various schedule, how the categorization under Wildlife Protection Act has been done. There are 6 schedule and which kind of animals are kept in which schedule. So the very first schedule is dealing with endangered species. Okay, and they have been given absolute protection and trade has been prohibited. You cannot trade these species which have been added in Schedule 1. So we do have leopard in Schedule 1. Okay. Examples are tigers and black buck and leopard also we see. Now under Schedule 2, animals are accorded highest protection but they are less endangered than Schedule 1. However, the trade is prohibited with them also and they cannot be hunted except if there is a threat to human life. Only if there is a threat to human life, the animals which are under Schedule 2 can be hunted. Other than that, there is a complete ban on hunting, complete ban on trade. Okay, under Schedule 3 and 4, these are the animals which are not endangered. Okay, and they include protected species, and the penalty for any of violation of these trading and hunters and anything else is comparatively less if you do this with these 2. And the famous black buck case we know is the Salman Khan case. Okay, so Schedule 4 में animals that can be hunted are there. Okay, so the animals that can be hunted are added in Schedule 5. Schedule 6 के अंदर it contain a list of plants that are forbidden from cultivation. ठीक है, जिनको cultivate नहीं कर सकते. Okay, they include pitcher's plant, touch me not plant. Now, if you see CITES, what is CITES? CITES stand for Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species. So basically what is it doing? It is putting regulation and restriction with respect to trade of endangered species of wild fauna and flora. ठीक है, तो एक तो फ्लोरा फोना दोनों के लिए है, दूसरा endangered species है, and it is specifically dealing with the trade part of it. Okay. And the purpose is to international trade in animal and plant does not threaten their survival. तो अगर आप ट्रेड कर रहे हो तो उनका सर्वाइवल थ्रेटन नहीं होना चाहिए. That is the aim of this particular convention. And they have also categorized animals into 3 appendix. The very first appendix include which are threatened with extinction. That means their chance of extinction are high. and it provides the greatest level of protection, including a prohibition on commercial trade. Okay, that is one. So when we were seeing that there is poaching and there is a trade which is happening with respect to leopard, now that is illegal, that need to be cut down and that need to be curtailed, and the people who are behind it should be put behind the bars. They should be given the highest level of penalty which is available within these laws. Okay. Appendix 2 they are not currently threatened with extinction but may become threatened if you do not control their trade. अभी कोई खतरा नहीं है extinct होने का. They are not on the verge of extinction as of now. But if the trade is not curtailed with respect to such animals, the chances of them getting extinction in the future will increase. Okay, these are the kind of animals which I added in Appendix 2. Appendix 3 includes species for which a country has asked other CITES partner to help control international trade. Okay. It is regulating using CITES export permit. You have to provide exports permit in case you want to control the trade of particular animals. Okay. So this was about the various appendix and schedule under Wildlife Protection Act and CITES. Now let's move to the next topic, which is International Big Cat Alliance. The Union government and the cabinet has said that they will be pitching for an international Big Cat Alliance and headed by India on the same lines of International Solar Alliance. जैसे India is leading International Solar Alliance, so on the same lines they are trying to pitch International Big Cat Alliance in the world in order to control the in order to increase their population and control the poaching. So headquarter will be in India. India has already committed 150 crore rupees for 5 years under this initiative. Aim is to disseminate good practices in conserving big cats. So India, if you see Project Tiger, India has been able to increase the number of tigers in India. So that is where India is trying that the good practices that India has adopted in order to increase the population of the big cats in India, they would try to percolate down to the other range countries as well. And that is the aim of this particular. And if there are any other particular practices which are available in the world, can adopt it for their better future. Okay. And now what are the big cats? The big cat include tiger, lion, leopard, snow leopard, puma, jaguar and cheetah. These are the big cats. Okay, so if you talk about big cats, it will cover all these animals. 16 countries have already agreed to given the written consent to join this particular organization, and 96 countries as of now are the one that are home to these big cats, and that is where they want to bring in all the conservation efforts and organization in order to have a better conserved population of these animals. Now what is the need of the alliance? Why do you need this? There is currently a gap in many big cat countries in availing resources and in the optimal use of practices and processes. That means you want to cut down the gap which are there in certain practices which is hampering their livelihood. So you want to plug all that. Another thing is there is absence of an international body. You want to have an international body. Although we do have various conventions and like IUCN and all, but you still lag a body which is working in direction of conservation of the big cat specifically. So that is why you want to bring it. And the pioneering and the long-standing tiger and other big cat conservation good practices which have evolved in India may be replicated in the many other range countries. This is what we discussed, that they want, as India has been able to increase the population of tigers by their Project Tiger. Similarly, they want such habits to percolate down to other countries as well. And what will be the benefit? A central common repository for technical know-how and a corpus of funds. If you have a common area, if you can plug in all your resources, your funds are more, then you have information, your information base will improve, which is where you can actually apply your R&D and do something good. Okay. It will strengthen existing species-specific intergovernment platform, network and transnational initiative on conservation and protection opportunities. Okay, then internationally, एक प्लेटफॉर्म मिलेगा जहाँ पे यू कैन क्लब ऑल द अवेलेबल रिसोर्सेज एंड देन यू कैन improve your networks and protect the species. Now let's move to the next topic, which is your sea slug. Sea slug. A new species of sea slug was discovered by Zoological Survey of India and it was named after President Draupadi Murmu. So what kind of question you can get? There are two type of question. One, you can get a statement based question like consider the following statement. Okay, and then you will be given 1, 2, 3 statements. Then you have to figure out कि कौन सा correct statement है इनमें से. Second, you can get a question like recently a species of a particular organism was named after President Draupadi Murmu. So which of the following is this? Then you might be given like various options कि कौन सी species है, and then you have to mark sea slug. Okay, or else you will be given a name. Okay, and then say this was recently seen in news with reference to, and then you will be given certain organism down below and you have to pick the right one. These are the type of questions that can be asked. Another thing that can be asked is the area where they found. Okay, so they have discovered it from Digha in West Bengal coast and Udaipur on the Odisha coast. These are the area from where they found the sea slug. The species belonged to Melancholiamus genus. It was named after President of India M. Draupadi. It secretes transparent mucus that forms a sheath that prevents sand grains from entering parapodial space. ठीक है. So this is important feature of the sea slug. Then what are the physical features? It has a short, blunt and cylindrical body and a smooth dorsal surface. Dorsal surface means this surface, the upper surface. If you see, this is your dorsal surface of hand. Okay, so with two dorsal equal and unequal shields named anterior cephalic and posterior shield. Now this is not something that you need to remember, but what you need to remember is short, blunt, cylindrical body. Okay, it is an invertebrate, that is important thing. Okay, and has a brownish black in color with a ruby red spot in the hind end, because this is the distinguished feature of this. So you remember this ruby red spot, this is important, and nothing more than this is required for you to know. What is required now is this, the two things that you need to remember with respect to physical feature is this ruby red spot, it is an invertebrate, and then a short, blunt and cylindrical body. That's it. Much of more than that is not required. Distribution, it is found in temperate region of Indo-Pacific Ocean realm, but there are also 3 species which are tropical in nature. So this species, this particular species that we are discussing is tropical in nature. Okay, so Papillata from Gulf of Thailand, Bengalensis from West Bengal and Odisha coast, and this one. These 3 are your tropical species. Now this is something to remember, that it is not a temperate one, it is a tropical. Other species are temperate. Okay, now let's move to the Theyyam dance form. Okay, so it was recently performed in the area, and that is where it was in news. So what it is a popular ritual form of dance worship. It's a kind of dance worship. If you would have seen a movie called Kantara, okay, that was also surrounding this dance worship and deity in one individual. So that is something is quite similar to this also, and this is also a ritual form of dance worship in Kerala and Karnataka. It consists of 1,000-old-year traditional customs and rituals. So people consider Theyyam is a channel to God, and thus they seek blessing from Theyyam. Okay, so one person dressed like a Theyyam, and that person perform dance, do the dance worship, and that is considered as a channel between the common man and the god, and that's why they seek blessing from this individual. Now each Theyyam is a man or a woman who attain divine status by performing heroic deeds by leading a virtuous life. Okay, so it can be a man also, it can be a woman also, and has a person of a higher deeds. Okay, so if you have seen that movie, you will know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen, then go see this movie, you will understand. the concept is quite similar. Okay. So they are believed to be incarnation of Shiva or Shakti, and this is an important point from your mains prelims point of view. Prelims में you can get, वो लिख सकते हैं कि Theyyam can only be a man. Okay, only a man can be a Theyyam. No, but you know that a man or a woman both can be a Theyyam, and then it is incarnation of Shiva or a form of Shakti. Okay, that is something that you need to remember when it comes to Theyyam. So this is how they dress up. Okay, this is, and they perform ritual dances. Okay, so there are many types of Theyyam, around about 400, and 3 of them are very prominent. We'll understand them and know what are they. So one is Vishnu Murthy. There are only 2 Vaishnav Theyyams. Okay, Dev Avatar, Vishnu Murthy. Okay, incarnation of Lord Vishnu. It is considered as an incarnation of Lord Vishnu, and this Theyyam narrates the story of Palanthai Kanan, who was a great devotee of Lord Vishnu. So इसका concept क्या है, theme क्या है, story dictate करते हैं एक devotee of Lord Vishnu का, ठीक है. And you remember this, Vishnu Murthy is a Theyyam dance form, is a form of Theyyam, and here Vishnu का incarnation है. Another thing is they narrate the story of Palanthai Kanan, who was a devotee of Lord Vishnu, and there are only 2 Vaishnav Theyyam. सिर्फ 2 Vaishnav है, बाकी शक्ति हैं. Okay, Dev Avatar, Vishnu Murthy. Okay. Then Gulikan. Gulikan is believed to be incarnation of Yama, or the Hindu god of death and justice. Yam का रूप मानते हैं इसको. When you talk about Gulikan, that is considered as a incarnation of Yama, which is the Hindu god of death and justice. And then you have, it's the most important warriors of Lord Shiva. Okay. So we discussed there are only 2 type of Vishnus के जो हैं वो 2 ही हैं, Vishnu Murthy and the second one is, tell me in the comment section below. Kuchitanan, it is the Theyyam of Brahmin caste. Okay, Kuchitan Theyyam is considered to have originated from Lord Shiva and Vishnu Maya. So it is a mix of both. Okay, so but it is, what is specific is it's a Theyyam of Brahmin caste. So this was about Theyyam, which is a ritual dance form. Okay, so this was about our discussion with respect to today's topics, and as I have mentioned, all the 4 topics are very important from your prelims point of view. So do read this, and if you have any question, any doubt, you may please ask in the comment section below. Thank you. Have a nice day.